Alright, what's up LG family? It's another week, another video, as usual. Real quick, as I always do, let me start off by saying welcome. If this is your first time watching one of my videos, you're officially part of the LG family. It is great to have you here. I greatly appreciate it. Hopefully you enjoy what you see. And yeah, you don't have to subscribe to be a part of the LG family, but it'd be greatly appreciated if you did, because it totally helps out the channel, so thanks a bunch. And for those of you that are returning week after week, it is always awesome to have you all here. I love it when you guys drop comments down below. It's awesome to have conversations and talk to people either here, Facebook, Instagram, wherever you guys reach out. I try to reach back as quick as I possibly can, but it's awesome. And for those of you that have been buying the hats and the pictures are coming in, throwing you guys up on the website. That's right, the LG website, www.LawfulGiraffe.com. It's the only place where you can actually get one of these hats, and people have been buying them, loving them, and I greatly appreciate it, so thank you. But yeah, so as you guys have seen in this week's title, it is with my son. That's right, he came out with me this week. His very first week of summer vacation, decided he wanted to join me, which was awesome. We had a blast. It was a short week, so there isn't like a whole bunch to show you guys, because a couple places like he couldn't get out of the truck, or I couldn't record, so there wasn't really like a whole lot, but we got a few different loads, so you guys will get to see it, and we'll share a little bit of the experience with you. But I figured, because I was a jackass and I forgot to bring my mic set out with me, we couldn't do any audio recording out on the road. My fault, dummy. And yeah, so I figured what we'd do is we'd have just a quick chat before I show you everything that we did. Kind of talk about like his thoughts and his experiences with me out on the road this week, which was way different than the last year when he came out with me during, that was spring break. That was a debacle. That was a nightmare. Disaster. Because the pandemic hit right about that point. We both got sick, and
we got sick for 3 days with like aching headaches and really stuffed nose. And the funny thing was, our sickness didn't get better until we got home. So I mean, it was like, oh hey, you're gonna go enjoy your weekend? Here, you can finally stop having your headache when you're actually trying to do stuff.
Right. And so this, now that things are finally starting to open up, vaccinations, all that other good stuff, the pandemic's starting to finally wind down, at least here in the United States. It was a lot more enjoyable because you can, things are open, you can go places, and we can actually, have time to relax and time to go do stuff. Right? Sit down and actually eat. All right, so this week, being able to actually enjoy it, being able to actually do stuff, what'd you think?
It was a lot better. Like, being able to actually sit down when we go and not have to immediately get something and then go back to the truck. Actually having a moment where we can sit down at a table is nice.
Yeah. That is nice.
People are a lot less superstitious with coughing, because you would cough and then people would look at you sideways and immediately presume that you have COVID. So
it's nice to not have to deal with that anymore out on the road. It was a big pain in the butt. But I think I've talked about it before, but like some people have asked, like when COVID hit and everything, like the job didn't slow down. Like it actually picked up. We ended up doing a lot more. But at the time, like a lot of places were closing off the bathrooms or trying to go out and get something to eat. Like it was all just drive-through, but you can't drive a semi through a drive-through, stuff like that.
It doesn't work like that.
Exactly. So that was like a pain in the butt, and that was his experience the last time he came out with me. Which actually, there's a link to the video from the last time he went out with me, right there. And but this one, everything's open. Everyone's a lot more chill. Everything's getting somewhat back to normalcy. But with that aside, like, what did you think of the job? Like, the whole trucking experience, like, besides all that other stuff?
It's really fun, like, being able to see, like, all the buildings, like, every place that seems like other places, kinda, in a way. And then all the places that you wouldn't normally see where you live, because they're just small businesses that are around here and there. And then seeing the condition of places is really interesting, like how one place can be kind of like run down, not the greatest, and then one place can be like really good and like just better roads. it's really fun just seeing places and then seeing states that you wouldn't normally.
All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to interpret all of that of what he just said. And essentially what he's talking about is like going out, seeing all these small towns, you know, big cities, small towns, from like state to state, and to see how everything just varies so dramatically from different places. Some of the places we went to were like in the middle of nowhere, so there's these tiny little rundown towns with like one street light, and then compared to like going up to Chicago, like you guys are gonna see there's a lumber load. We actually went up to Chicago to get that lumber, so it's a world of difference. I mean, it's all the same country, but it's just so different from state to state. And then like the other thing he was talking about, like as far as food wise, you know, you got your regular fast food chains, you know, McDonald's, Burger King, all that good stuff, but like getting to go to other states and you get to see like their local franchises, what's like really big in that state that you might not have in your state. But no, it was awesome. It was a blast to have you out on the road. I mean, you know, you get to go out and get to see what I do, get to experience it. And it's definitely rewarding to have you be able to come out and not have you like glued to your phone the entire time. Like you actually want to help, you want to work, which is awesome. You don't see that in a lot of kids these days. It was a blast. It was awesome. I enjoyed it. And I don't know. Anything else you want to add?
The aluminum coils.
No. Yeah, the coils and like the place that we dropped them off at, where they make. I mean, I've showed you guys in previous videos on Instagram, but they make like soda cans. Those cans and stuff, they're like what 2-3 stories tall, and then you did the math on it, and like
one pallet of it is 8,000 cans by itself. So and that's just one pallet, and there's 3 pallets stacked on top, so they're in total.
It's absolutely crazy. And then just the fact that like how easy those forklift drivers just move everything around. It's just...
Because they didn't go pallet by pallet, they go stacks of pallets, and they're stacks of 3. So the forklifts would pick it all up at once, move it, and it would wobble. And just anxiety because it would wobble.
That's true. It's just fun to see like how it's just fun to see, especially like forklift drivers like that, just to have that kind of composure and steadiness to just be able to do that. Like he's saying, you got 3 stacks. There's 8,000 cans per stack, and they're grabbing these stacks and they're just scooting them across the factory and not dropping them. It's absolutely insane, but. Yeah, you guys will see that. And yeah, that's pretty much about it. I think we rambled on about enough.